Welcome back to Classic Moments. I'm Bruce Howard. Well, since it's bowl season and since TU is going to a bowl, we thought we would feature some of the great bowl matchups in TU football history. We're going to take you back to 1945, the Orange Bowl between Tulsa and Georgia Tech. Remember that the Hurricane had lost the previous year in the Sugar Bowl. This would be the fourth of 5 straight New Year's Day bowl games for Henry Franke and the University of Tulsa. But the previous year in the Sugar Bowl, Tulsa had lost to Georgia Tech 20-18. And remember, this is a Georgia Tech team that is led by Frank Broyles. Yes, that Frank Broyles of Arkansas fame. So the Hurricane looking for the rematch in the Orange Bowl. And remember that in 1945, it was a time of war. It was also a time that, not a whole lot of people had TVs. So these sorts of reports would be aired just before movies at movie theaters. This was a report on the 1945 Orange Bowl game between the University of Tulsa and Georgia Tech. And it was broadcast by the famous radio announcer Ted Husing. Enjoy.
Hello, everybody. This is Ted Husing bringing you another thrill-packed Orange Bowl game from sunny Miami. This 1945 spectacle rematches two of the nation's outstanding college football teams, Georgia Tech and Tulsa, who played a 22-18 dazzler last New Year's Day. In 1944, Tulsa won 7 of 9 starts, rolling up 354 points to 1/3 that number for opponents, while Tech had 2 losses and 8 wins, including a 17-15 victory over mighty Navy. Coach Bill Alexander's engineers are part naval trainees, but Henry Franke's Golden Hurricane is one of the few powerful all-civilian teams in the country. A colorful crowd is gathered in the warm Florida sunshine to see what Tulsa can do with the slightly favored Yellow Jackets. Entertaining the brightly clad spectators in the last minutes before the kickoff are the bands and drill units of Greater Miami marching in mass formation to the center of the green turf. With the glorious flag salute, the 11th annual Orange Bowl Classic is almost ready to begin. Now team captains step from the sidelines toward midfield for the toss. With them are the gorgeous sponsors of the teams. Tech, on the far side of the field, is captained by All-America Phil Tinsley. Tulsa's red-shirted Warriors are captained by Ellis Jones, famed one-armed All-America guard. There's the toss, and Tulsa wins, choosing to defend the east goal. Frank Broyles, Tech's passing ace and all-Southeastern fullback, kicks up toward the north sideline and out of bounds on the Tulsa 35. The ball is brought in by referee Gerard. First down, 10 for Tulsa. Tulsa lines up in a single wing to the right, Perry Moss back. Moss is the Hurricane freshman passing sensation. There's the snap, and Perry slices into left end, making 5 yards before being downed on the 40. Moss is back again. He stands up and pitches one over the middle to blue-fingered Clyde Goodnight, who is down by 3 Tech defenders on a 34 after a sweet gain of 16 yards. Moss takes the ball again, fakes once, and throws a zipper into the waiting arms of end Barney White. It's complete for 17 yards and a 3rd first down on Tech 17. After 3 futile throws into the end zone, Tulsa has Perry pitching a 4th try. With superb protection, he fakes and tosses to the right into the end zone and the open arms of wingback Shedlowski. It's a Tulsa touchdown, and Tech trails by 6 points. Perry Moss completed 3 of 7 passes to 3 different receivers, advancing the ball 50 yards for the score. That's an average of 17 yards per play. And there's the kick for extra point. It's good, and Tulsa leads Tech by 7-0 in the first 5 minutes of play. Glenn Burgess kicking for Tulsa. It's a long, high boot to Matthews. He takes it in, and he's upfield to the 20, but he fumbles. There's a scramble. McIntosh recovers for Tech on the 24. Boy, what a close one. Well, that near catastrophe must have upset the engineers. They fail on 2 tries, and Broyles boots a quick kick. A beautiful boot, way downfield over Moss's head, to be finally downed on the Tulsa 10 by the swarming Yellow Jackets. After gaining 5 yards, Moss is back. He boots a terrific kick from this unhealthy spot near his own goal, far across midfield, 69 yards to Tech's 15, where the Tulsa ends down the ball. Apparently on the defensive, audacious Tech passes to pull out of the hole. Broyles lets fly to Matthews, who takes the ball but loses his helmet to Kowalski on the 22-yard line. Broyles gets the ball again and hits the right side of the line, but he fumbles and Shedlowski dives on it. The officials signal Tulsa's ball on the Tech 22. Say, that's a break that may change an entire ball game. Camp Wilson runs through left tackle and picks up 4 yards. Wilson again hits the line. There's a hole in the right side, and he's through for 9 yards, brought down by Tech end Jimmy Wilson on the 8th. 2 tries at the line, net little, and Moss takes the snap from Pruitt. He fakes a pass and hands the ball to Shedlowski on a Statue of Liberty. He tears wide around left end. Matthews is after him, but it's too late, and he's over for another score. Well, that's one for the books. Henry Franka pulled a play right out of Bill Alexander's own bag of tricks and turned it into 6 points. The try for the goal is good, so the Tulsa Hurricane leads the Tech Tornado 14-0. Burgess kicking for Tulsa. It's a long boot to Matthews on the 4-yard line. He sprints up the center 23 yards where he's down by the Hurricane on the Tech 27. Frank Broyles runs left. He stops, and it's a long pass upfield to George Matthews, who tucks it in for a 22-yard gain and a first down for the Engineers. Tech can gain no more and punts as the quarter ends. Tulsa is forced to return the punt, and Tech takes over again at midfield near the start of the second quarter. Rumsey Taylor piles into the line and is down after enough gain for a Tech first down on Tulsa's side of the midfield stripe. Broyles again. It's another pass, and it flies to Phil Tinsley, who makes a beautiful lateral to guard George Hills. Well, this Tech team has come to life. Hills takes the ball for a gain of 33 yards to Tulsa's 13. Tech lines up with Broyles back. He runs wide to the right, trying to pass, but Kowalski is in again. He's caught and down for a 6-yard loss. Broyles gets the snap, and the Tulsa line hurries his throw. Murdoch bats the ball, and Bill Jarrett snatches it for Tulsa, running back to the 12 while the crowd groans in disappointment. Taking no chances, Tulsa punts. Verkins gets off a nice kick to Matthews on Tech's 38. He comes back 8 to put the Rambling Wreck in action again on the 46. Broyles in the pitcher's box. It goes to Tinsley for 5 yards. Short and deadly, those Tech bullets. Taylor runs through the right side of the line for a nice gain, putting the ball on Tulsa's 43-yard marker. Tulsa uses a 4-man line to try to stop Broyles' passes, but Murdoch has it for 13 yards and a first down on the Tulsa 31. Broyles shoots a flat pass down to the 24, where Murdoch touches it, and Alan Smith catches the bobble to take over for Tulsa. Tulsa intercepted 2 Tech passes today, both at critical points inside the 25. Tulsa, single wing to the right. Stewart crashes over right tackle for 5 yards. Stewart takes the ball from All-America center Pruitt again and hands it off to Verkins on a reverse. Verkins gallops 11 yards, making it first down on the 40. But here, Tulsa bogs down and the teams exchange punts. As time grows short, Tulsa gets the ball on the opposite side of the field on the 44. Stewart back. He fakes a pass and finally throws a long one right into the middle of a swarm of Yellow Jackets. Nolan Loon leaps high and makes a beautiful catch for a 15-yard gain, well over in Tech territory. Bobby Jackrabbit Stewart again. He's off around right end, and it looks as though he's going all the way. He's up to the 35, and there goes Frank Broyles, who knocks him out of bounds on the Tech 24. Time is running out. With 30 seconds to go, Tulsa is in scoring position. Stewart gets it and hands it to Shedlowski on a reverse. He travels wide left for a gain of 5 yards to the 19. And there's the gun ending the first half, with Tulsa leading the Yellow Jackets by 14 points. To students of the game, however, this means little, since Tulsa led Tech by 2 touchdowns last New Year's, and the Engineers recouped in the second half to win by 2. With the teams in the dressing rooms, there's no doubt that Bill Alexander is getting his boys ready for a second half recovery, and Henry Franker is preparing equally hard for his lads to maintain their lead. Meanwhile, here come the first of the dozen or more bands and drill units entertaining the 30,000 spectators between the halves. Organizations appearing in the drill are the Mahi Shrine Band, American Legion Drum Corps, Greater Miami Boys Corps, Edison Cadets, Ponce de Leon Cavalets, Miami Majorettes, and the high school bands from Andrew Jackson, Miami Beach, Miami Edison, Miami High, and Ponce de Leon. Coming on the east end of the field is the 1945 Orange Bowl queen, Miss Vernell Bush, a 19-year-old native Miamian, riding atop a huge loving cup packed with Florida oranges. How do you like the size of our oranges, California? Her float comes to rest at midfield, where 750 persons take part in this rhythmic display in the brilliant Miami sunshine. The marchers, attired in uniforms rivaling the colors of the rainbow, cross and circle and cavort around the queen as her loving cup slowly revolves in the midst of this dazzling array. The intricate formations are directed by Fred McCall, chairman of bands for the Orange Bowl pageant. As the pageant begins to clear from the field, making way for Tech and Tulsa to continue their struggle in the second half, it is worthy of mention that Coach Henry Franker of Tulsa is putting everything he has into the game this afternoon. In his last 40 starts of regular season play, Franker's teams have 35 victories. This is his 4th bowl game in as many successive years, and to date his teams have 1 win in 3 previous tries. Victory today will put Franker's bowl batting average at the 500 mark. Tech, on the other hand, will be playing its heart out for Coach Alexander, who has been ill since the end of the regular season. The teams are back on the field. Burgess boots for Tulsa to Matthews, who's downed on the Tech 28. Tech is unable to dent the Tulsa line in 3 tries, and Broyles drops back on 4th down. It's a long boot up to the Tulsa 25. Moss has it. He returns 10 yards before being downed on the 35. Perry Moss, that flinging freshman tailback, is in the hole spot. It's a high pass across the midfield stripe, and it's taken by Shedlowski on the 38. Twisting, he tosses the ball to end Barney White. And without breaking stride, Barney sprints down the north boundary stripe toward pay dirt, and he's across the double marker for a score. The stands go wild over that play, covering 65 yards. Tulsa fails to convert, however, and with the score, 20-0, Tulsa kicks off to Bowen on Tech's 10. He returns 22 yards to the 32, and Tech starts the fireworks. It's 1st and 10 for Tech. On a reverse, Matthews takes the ball from Broyles and passes a long one to Daniels near midfield. It's incomplete, but there's the handkerchief. There's a penalty on the play. Officials rule interference with Daniels' attempted catch, and the ball is given to Tech on Tulsa's 49. Broyles again. It's a buzz bomb to Johnny McIntosh on the 39. Would-be Tulsa tacklers swarm in on him, but he slips away and he's racing up the field. He's across the pay stripe for a beautiful play covering 51 yards. These 30,000 spectators go mad with joy as Tech hits pay dirt. It has taken but 5 minutes of the second half for both Tulsa and Tech to score, better than 2 points a minute. Tech's kick goes wide, leaving Tulsa in the lead 20-6. Tech kicks off to the Tulsa 10, where 230-pound Camp Wilson takes the ball up the middle. He finds a clear track through the engineers. He's upfield with only Bowen between him and the goal. Camp starts toward the sideline, and a beautiful change of pace throws Tech's safety off balance. Hi-ho, Silver! For a fullback, that's some run. But Tulsa's try for point fails, and the score stands Tulsa 26, Tech 6. Tulsa's kickoff is taken by Logan, who returns 23 to be downed on the 27-yard line. Broyles is back for a pass from deep in his own territory. It's a sweet one to Daniels, who takes it for a 15-yard gain, and Tech's 8th first down. Once more, it's Broyles. He throws to Tinsley, who tucks it in for 11 yards, and another first down on Tulsa's 47. Broyles winds up for another aerial. He zips it to Tinsley again for 15 yards on the Tulsa 32. The air is thick with flying projectiles from this aroused tornado. As the third quarter closes with Tech again in paying territory, the engineers fumble. The ball stays close to midfield until a punt exchange gives it to the Jackets in the fourth quarter. With the crowd going wild, Tech connects for another long gain. From the 33, Broyles sails a long pass across midfield to hard-running Ray Enders. Ray sprints along the sideline past Tulsa's secondary to the 16, and he's knocked out of bounds by Stewart. On the next play, however, trusty Tech fumbles again. It's late in the last period before Tech can get back into Tulsa territory. With 5 minutes left to play, Matthews is on the firing line. He throws far downfield, and Frank Broyles takes it for a neat 20-yard gain. Tech is in scoring position on the 19 again if they just don't fumble. Frank Broyles throws a zipper to Ray Enders, who grabs the flying sphere on the 3-yard line, where he's dropped by a rush of Tulsa defenders. After 2 tries netting nothing, Rumsey Taylor plows through the right side of the line, and Tech has put across another score. Tech misses the extra point, making the score Tech 12, Tulsa 26. Tulsa holds the ball on the next 4 plays. And there's the gun. It's the end of the ball game. And a grand ball game it was, too, with a well-balanced Tulsa offensive putting the B on the Yellow Jackets for a 2-touchdown margin. Both teams played clean, hard ball. There were almost no penalties and few times out. The crowd received plenty of thrills in the warm sun today as both teams took the air on play after play. Tulsa tried 15, completing 6 of them for 137 yards. Georgia Tech tossed 35 aerials, making 20 of them good, to gain 335 yards through the air. So the 11th Orange Bowl Football Classic is history, and still no sign of rain. Another sunny January 1st is coming up in 1946 in Florida, and we'll see you then at the Orange Bowl. So long.